Hey, this is Tyler.
This is Carter.
You got some booze you want us to try?
We're gonna try some booze.
Y'all ready for some shit?
In your face!
Booze trials!
Honk honk.
Alright, go. Alright, hey guys. My name is Mike. You guys have invited me out here tonight for a couple reasons. Introducing our those guys, their gluten-free edition. We got the Bards, the Omissions, and the Woodchuck cider here. And one of the reasons they invited me out is because I try not to eat wheat, gluten intolerant. I know a lot of people are as well, and it's kind of hard to find like a good beer, you know, because that's one of the things that you're thinking when they say you can't eat wheat. You're like, oh shit, I need beer. So we're gonna try some out tonight and see what we think. So, what do you say?
Well, let's party, man. I'm ready when you are. So yeah, that's basically one of the main reasons I invited this fella out, man. He's a wine connoisseur. We just did that episode, and he's a gluten-free guy, so to speak. So we need somebody who actually has an intolerance to wheat, not necessarily celiac, to enjoy this. Oh, cool. I've had bars before, but I've never actually looked at this. Why is jogging so much more popular than skipping? It doesn't really give an answer. Just ask that general question.
It's the bottom of the bottle.
Just ask the general question. So
what do you know about Bards from just knowing?
I don't really know a whole lot about it, except that it's based with sorghum malt. S-O-R-G-H-U-M. I don't even know what sorghum is.
Basically,
it's an outdated, like, it's sort of like the licorice of the 1910s.
Well, sorghum is it not from sugarcane as opposed to?
It's like it used to be a candy. They used to have sorghum candy way back. Like you could probably they still make that shit like at Silver Dollar City.
Molasses is basically sorghum too. Sorghum has all the minerals.
Well, here's something cool about this beer that I never noticed before. It actually lists the ingredients, which very few beers do. There's only 4 ingredients apparently.
Oh.
And it says it contains no wheat, no barley,
I hope so.
no rye, and no oats.
Hmm.
And the ingredients are water, sorghum, hops, and yeast.
Mm-hmm.
Simple enough, right? So the fact that it contains yeast tells me right off the bat, this is one of those beers that kind of like, apparently technically has gluten in it, but not enough to be classified as having gluten. So it can be classified as a gluten-free beer. Let's pour ourselves some beer, shall we?
I have an opinion on this, but I'm going to wait until you guys give it a shot.
You've had this already too, haven't you?
Yeah.
I've already had this too, but it's been a while, so I'm looking forward to maybe giving this another chance.
Yeah, more sober chance.
Yeah.
Because we tried this at a trade show.
That's right, we did. That's absolutely correct. I think that's the last time I tried it too.
Well, I don't remember exactly what order I was in the line of stuff to try that we got to this.
You know, generally, the fact if you drink a bunch of other shit, it generally tends to affect the taste of other things. And we did technically drink some wines before we drank this. However,
that's not going to affect me.
I don't think the wines are going to affect the taste of a beer. You know, because they have these like beer trade shows, right? So beer trade shows, and you know, actually it wasn't a trade show; it was a tasting. It was that one we went to at the hospital.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we went to a tasting at a hospital.
Yeah, they have tastings at hospitals apparently, some places.
Either way, it felt like a trade show because of all the stuff they were.
So sniffy sniff here. Let's do a sniffy sniff.
It's a metallic smell.
Do you really smell beers?
I like to smell everything.
They have
beer to me, like considering the complexity of beer, to me beer is like a man's wine. You know what I mean? Like it's a wine for men.
Man's wine.
Yeah, I consider it to be a man's wine. It has lots of complexity. There's lots of different scents, lots of different flavors that you could pick up in beers. It's very similar to the way that a woman sommelier would look at a wine. Like it's a, you know.
So are all sommeliers women? Is that what you're saying?
No, of course not. Like there's clearly men.
Not only is he racist, folks, he's also sexist.
I'm all kinds of fucked up.
You're just offensive on all grounds. So
Hey,
one thing
you know what? I offended myself earlier with that fucking concoction I drank. So You know,
I'm
why
gonna
don't
take,
you
I'm
go
gonna
fuck
take, a,
yourself?
I'm gonna take a little taste of it.
Go for it. We'll do
Let's
this. Let's do a taste.
yeah.
We already sniffed it. We'll taste it.
It's not bad. It's
To me, stuff with a sorghum base kind of has an odd taste. It's not a bad taste. It's just kind of odd.
I can definitely taste the sorghum. It's like a little bit of bitterness as well with it. Like the hop, maybe the hops comes in there.
I don't know. I don't taste any bitterness or hops whatsoever. Like to
There's
me,
there's a little bit, but not enough to be really recognizable.
to me, it almost tastes like a watered down beer. Like,
see, that's
to be honest,
that's the issue I had with this when I tried it at the tasting, was that I felt like this beer, because it is the gluten-free base, it doesn't really have much of a taste to it.
it's very malty. Malty. It says the original sorghum malt beer, and it definitely tastes malty, more so than hoppy or anything else.
I just don't get. There's nothing.
It tastes like a
discernible
malt
about
liquor, kind of, but better. It's better than a malt liquor, I think.
Well, yeah.
But it tastes a little better than a malt liquor. But
Better
overall,
than
to me,
a
it
fucking
tastes.
Mickey's.
But to me, it tastes hoppy, or not malty. I said malty. Malty is what I meant to say. I like it's a malty taste. I actually kind of like it, to be honest. It's an odd taste. It's not something I would have all the time, but
It
it's.
kind of has. I mean, it's good, but it kind of has a little bit of a blandness to it.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
where I'm getting
Watered
from
down.
it. It's just very.
Yeah.
There's just nothing.
Uh,
It's one of those beers like it doesn't do anything for me.
It's something that I could drink. I mean, I
Yeah.
could drink it. If I'm at a bar, I could drink it.
I would
If
want-
I have a gluten-free, if I have a celiac friend, I could like say, hey, here's Bard's, and we're at a bar, and there's Bard's, and that's all there is. It's gluten-free. Here you go, buddy.
This is
And
one of
try it
those
out.
beers I would want to stick like a orange wedge or something in just to kick it up.
Let's finish this off, yeah, and move on. The good thing about a light beer is that even if it's not your favorite, you can basically take a nice big drink of it and not feel like you just had a fucking meal. You know what I mean? Speaking of meals,
We never did
I'm looking
find
forward to the drunken munchies after this.
Wait,
Yeah, it just asks.
hold on, there's something.
I know there's something underneath it, but I'm pretty sure that's not the answer.
Discuss it over at Bard's.
Exactly.
That's the answer.
That
Which
is
isn't
kind
an
that,
answer.
I gotta admit, that is kind of neat. It'll ask you a question, and then it'll say discuss the question over a bar. It's almost like the game What If, where like, you know, or not What If, but Zobmondo. Do you remember the game Zobmondo? I don't know if I still have the book, but this game Zobmondo. It's like, would you rather? Would you rather? That's the game. Like, would you rather do this disgusting, filthy thing, or this other equally disgusting, filthy thing?
That
Like,
sounds more like
like-
Truth or Dare.
Why is
Well,
John
I'm just
so
saying in
much
general
popular
though, but
as
it's
Skippy?
kind of like that though. It's like,
No, it's not.
well, I'm just saying it's kind of like that. It's not quite that level, but it's kind of like that because it's like it just asks you a general question and you can discuss it. It's like, hey, are you a Republican or Democrat? You can fucking talk about that. Or are you a fucking whatever? Or do you like this or that? It's like it's a general question. There's no right or wrong answer, but you can fucking discuss the question over whatever.
I don't like my beer telling me what to fucking do. So let's move on.
Oh man.
Let's
Nice.
move on to our next.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, okay,
I
so
like
this brewery right here actually has plenty of regular beers out there, so to speak. Not, just gluten options. Regular beers.
It's Widmer.
Widmer has lots of options. It's got tons of options,
So
but
let's
they
say-
have what's called Omission here, which is their gluten-free versions of themselves.
So this is a handcrafted lager.
Handcrafted lager.
This is right here.
It's called Omission, and it's 4.6%, so it's not real high in alcohol, but it's classified as a gluten-free. It actually tells you somewhere on here. I don't know if it says it on the box or on the bottle. It says it on the box for sure, but it basically says on the box. Yeah, it doesn't say it on the
No,
bottle.
let me see it.
It does not say it on the bottle, but it basically mentions on the box though that it has gluten, but a low enough percentage gluten. Like that, again, anything that's gluten-free. Excuse me.
Yep.
Almost anything that's gluten-free apparently has gluten in it technically, but it's not enough gluten. It's like a low enough percentage gluten
Well, what
to be
it does-
considered to be classified as such.
What it does is that if it's distilled from any kind of wheat, it's going to have some sort of gluten in it. The thing is that your body, like if it's under such a low amount, like your body has to be triggered. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you're allergic to like blueberries or something. You know what I mean? It's like if you get like spit on by a blueberry or by someone.
Yeah.
It's probably not gonna kill you, but if you eat like a box of them, it'll turn on the response.
Why are you playing around with my orange carabiner?
Because I was gonna steal it.
God damn it! If you had stolen my carabiner, I'd have fucking.
Also, rather than telling you or giving.
That's my favorite carabiner. Do not take that.
It doesn't give you something to discuss over drinking
Holy
beer,
shit.
but. And I'm not even going to show the camera because you can barely see it, but the underside of the cap is a hot air balloon.
Just shows a picture of a hot air balloon? Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It's cool. It does.
Sorry about that.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I like that. Shows a picture of a hot air balloon. Neat.
So
The other thing I wanted to just say, because I think it says this on both of them. Yep, sure does. On Omissions, the main theme, I guess, is it isn't just what we took out. It's what we left in. So it says that on both of these, actually, both the Omissions. But
Which implies that it's gluten-free.
yeah.
alright.
But it's got maybe.
Apparently, I don't know. Yeah,
It's
it
what
Oh,
it
it
is.
smells.
It smells better than the Bards.
It smells like a proper beer for starters.
Yeah, it smells.
There's no malt.
You know what? You know what I get?
What's that?
What does it smell like to you? Just think for a second.
Carter might be better at this than me because my
Seems like
sniffer's
you would
not
know.
working properly right now.
I don't know.
It smells like
Maybe I need to clear my sinus.
something Californians may enjoy.
Are you seriously trying to tell me that this beer smells like pot, Mike?
That's gonna smell like pot.
My hands smelled like pot earlier for some strange reason, even though I haven't smoked this shit in a while.
I don't smell pot.
I don't smell pot either, and I just cleared my nose a little bit.
No.
I smell a good beer though. It smells
All right,
good.
well,
It really smells good.
let's try it.
So let's cheers this one. Sorry, Bards, we forgot to cheers your beer, but you know.
It wasn't worth cheers.
Yeah.
Ah!
I think
That's
that-
why we chose it first.
I think that may have been an omission.
Oh, snap, son.
No, he didn't.
God damn it, Mike. Fucking Shanae, motherfucker.
Oh,
damn it. I fucking dipped my nose in and haven't even drank it yet.
oh, Tommy, you so crazy. Why'd you break up with that broke ass woman and get yourself some real sugar? You know what I'm saying?
This was really good.
That's like the second Martin reference we've done on the show.
The first one just now? Oh no, you did say you were going Shanae on my ass
I
on
did, yeah.
another episode.
Yeah.
Which I'll put it out there just because it doesn't really matter. We haven't actually uploaded it yet at the time that we're doing this video, but we will have uploaded it before we upload this one. So you should hopefully know what we're talking about.
This is really good. This is head and shoulders definitely above the Bards, I would say.
Oh yeah, well it tastes like a proper beer, doesn't it? Like it tastes like a regular beer,
It's
kind
well,
of.
it's well balanced and it's light and it's like.
Yeah.
And
It's awesome.
It's got, you can taste the hops in there, but it's also very light and very crisp, and it tastes.
Yeah, this is definitely an excellent beer, dude. Like we have again, I'm talking as if I still work there, but at my old store, we had people that are gluten-free people that they saw Bards at first, but then they tried Omissions because we didn't have the Bards in at the time, and then they started like, oh, we're converted to Omission. Yeah, by all means, seriously, Omission is way better than Bards.
Widmer knows what they're doing.
Widmer does know what they're doing, and
Whether you're
the fact that
gluten-free or not.
and honestly, I'm not really 100% sure because I've only ever seen these two, but I think they might actually have more than just these two gluten-free lines. So I'm not sure 100%. These might be their only two gluten-frees, but I think they have more Omissions. I don't
I think
know.
it's the hoppiness that I was smelling earlier that kind of gives that waft of like a.
I didn't see where you're getting at because like kind of the pininess
But
a
it's
little
very,
bit.
it's very fresh and very, you know.
Yeah, like a fresh pungency.
But yeah, this is very good.
Definitely a step above and beyond. This is proper gluten-free beer.
Oh,
And this is a beer that tastes like a beer, but does not have too much gluten.